that should pick up.
This one, okay.
There it goes, there it goes.
All right, got a question for you then.
Mm-hmm.
All this water is coming down here, it's gonna head this way.
Yeah, I don't know what's
here?
going on.
That's
with
me.
it. It's,
Yeah,
it
I
did the
know,
same
so
thing on me
what's-
before. It was,
That's,
and
I've
whenever,
already talked to the water people.
whenever TCS looked at it, they just unplugged the cable and plugged it back
The
in. and it
culvert
worked.
going under our driveway right here
Simple this time.
can't hold the water that's going through there now.
Hey Chuck, how are you?
Put all over this.
Good,
Hey
good.
Chuck.
Howdy,
So
howdy.
what are they proposing
Whole
to do?
package.
I don't know.
Yeah. You can grab your one.
I asked the question,
How are
so
you?
there's only a.
Doing good,
18
doing
inch
good.
culvert goes under my driveway.
That's right.
And I've already
Almost
had
a
Where
week.
does the water go?
Yeah, yep, he's gonna do the minutes for
across
me.
my backyard, right down across my field into the creek.
That's weird, I know, right? Yeah.
I've seen it 20 feet wide, backyard.
All of this is
We'll
gonna
just
make
turn
it
it
even
off.
worse.
and
Yeah, once they get,
Keep
see,
the audio running.
right now, from right along here
I know,
up to
I
probably.
know,
right along
everybody
there,
going paperless
all
overnight.
footage.
We're not gonna go paperless.
When it comes to approving the minutes for last
They
month.
actually
you go.
started across
here
the road
for
with
me
it,
to
so
just
this is the
abstain,
new road.
vote
It's
president
gonna come
or
down
whatever, just
under
'cause
there,
That'll
down
work.
through here.
Like that for now.
Thing
Good news
is-
is the video's working on there.
The
so-
water going through me now is
that
coming
weird, or
across
is that-
this road.
No,
you can
down
It
through
will, but he
here.
can still hear. I'll just, I'll shoot him a text. Let him know.
Yeah.
Well, I've already been told
So I
I
wasn't
can't
here, it
vote
might be
on
better
this.
if I didn't approve, vote to approve.
But I called, like I said, I called Justin, and then I talked to the water people.
But,
It's
the
not
abstains-
an activated stream. But if we get more, start getting more than half inch of water, we start getting flooded right down through here. And I can show you pictures.
I don't
You know,
doubt, I don't doubt.
And my question was, they're gonna bring all this water down through here. Ain't gonna be my place to replace that drain under my driveway.
On the minutes
What
for
about
last
all the
month,
water that's going
since I wasn't here.
Well,
That's-
it's gonna wash it out.
Wasn't able to watch online or anything. What do you recommend? Should I vote abstain or should?
Well, what you can do
There's
is, I know,
something
they have.
Retention pond,
Council from time to time. It's,
And they'd have to put it up here, and they'd have to
typically
build
what
a
they'll say
big
is you're
pond.
voting on, not because you were there, but you're just voting on
Well,
accuracy.
that means,
And
you
can
can't
say,
dump
if
water on
staff
somebody.
if you look at this lot right here,
as possible, and then usually.
right down, and they brought it 30 feet down to here, and then
But we do
it's
have some
50
council
feet.
members who won't vote on minutes.
And this lot comes right into the back of my
So it's a
culvert,
preference, it's a,
Okay, I just didn't know if it was,
and then it picks up
it's a
onto
preference.
this lot.
Okay.
So there really is no,
just didn't wanna hose things up.
No, I understand, that's fine, that's fine.
I was told
It's a
by,
preference, it's completely up to you, you have every right to vote yes, or if you wanna vote no.
and I was told by Bill Guy, cause they were supposed to
Way it
stay
works.
50 feet from the center of that runway, that waterway. Well, it was determined that was a live creek, so they can go down to 30 feet. But I've looked at, I've done talked to all of them, but we have to find out where it goes down through here. But it goes right down across my field.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah,
I
this
was
is,
looking at that and I said, hey, that's not right. That is
No.
not right to dump all that water on whoever they are.
cause see this lot right goes narrow. And that's the reason they couldn't put the field there, they had to put it down here. The house and then the driveway will come out here, and this is open land. And this is all open. Cause it's not big enough to put a house up here.
So you could put retention pond in there.
They need to put it on this side. Well, actually, yeah, right in there. It's on this side, but this is my driveway. People think my driveway, since it has a name on it, it's a paved road. It ain't a paved road. DOT has no. My family has always kept it up.
So is there road dedication?
It is classified non-collectible street, utility right of way.
What does that mean?
That means that they're not supposed to develop it.
So, but he is on Zoom.
Okay.
What happened,
So it's not a public right of way,
He's still.
or is it?
they got his name on it, and it's a public right of way, but it's it's in that list of things that we voted on,
YouTube,
a non-collective street.
do their, at least
They
check
can't
it
put
every now and then.
any roads coming in, but they're gonna put a road right down to it right here.
Well, because it has a name, doesn't mean.
Keep him silent.
Well, there's another road right here.
My driveway has a name on it, and people are constantly coming down my driveway
But does
because,
it have a state name on it?
Casey types
Because it's a
anything.
sign.
no, I don't know. It has never been dedicated to the public.
Yeah.
They came around years and years ago, and put names on all sorts of things.
Yeah. In 1972, Daddy put in a utility right-of-way, road driveway. Actually, to get down to our farm, because he had to buy a piece of land from here down to here. Because he was dead, he was landlocked, so they bought this piece here. And this was all put in here so my brother-in-law and sister could build on a house back here on this lot.
How can they have land that's landlocked?
You can't, not no, you got, somebody got laid to it.
All right, you good?
Right, so this piece up here seems to be landlocked.
No, you
I wanna
can come in on
sit
the
and
other side,
change
down in
this.
front of these houses.
I've got 7 o'clock.
I do too.
No driveway there.
Good.
Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next thing on the agenda, review and adopt the agenda for tonight's meeting, July 25th. Before we do this, I'd like to ask staff a question. Since the document that we received this afternoon, have there been any changes? Has this project received any additional approvals than what our packet shows?
No, no. So I did reach out to the planning staff at the county earlier this afternoon, and nothing has, there's been some approvals, but not all. I think it's still pending watershed, environmental health, and zoning.
Okay, and then the town's water engineer has not
Yeah, he's not
approved
approved
it either.
the water line plans yet.
Okay.
But that's the water line, so not directly associated with preliminary plat, but still a part of it. But yeah.
Okay. Is there any comments from any of the board?
Nope. I'll make a motion that we adopt the agenda as laid out today.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Nay.
You got one? Okay. All right.
Well, did everybody vote? I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. 4-1, okay, okay, understood. All right, so the next would be the approval of the minutes.
Approval of the minutes for June 27th, 2024. Any questions or comments?
I wasn't here, so I'll let somebody else.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Abstentions?
5-0.
New business items, major subdivision preliminary plat case 23-06-SUB-00152, Woodfield Heights. This parcel is located at 7884 ZZ Eversfield Road and is zoned RS30, single-family residential, and is located at the northern boundary of the intersection of Eversfield Road and Suffield Road. Guilford County Tax Parcel 150412. This is a request for approval of the major subdivision preliminary plat, which is effectively the lot layout, road layout, the water line plans, and other associated plans, permits are being reviewed by county staff and the town's engineering consultant. The request is for 22 lots on 22.692 acres. This site is shown to be served by private septic systems and public water.
Yeah, and I'll just, Mr. Snyder's not here in person, but he is here virtually, and he had sent me a note just to read the staff report for that, and it's very brief. Basically what you've just said, and then his comments. Though this staff report is a little dated, it was, it's as of 7/9, at the 7/9, that'd be July 9th meeting. The Guilford County Technical Review Committee reviewed the outstanding comments, which are attached herein. And he did provide a recommendation at that time. Staff recommended approval, subject to the project designer satisfying all outstanding reviews and obtaining all required permits prior to construction. And these comments are included within the packet. And so those comments were included with the packet. And, yeah, I think there was 3 or 4 pages.
Okay. I would like to make a motion that we continue this until such time when the applicant has technical review committee approval, environmental health approval, watershed approval, and town of Stokesdale's engineering sign off on the water line. At that point, it can come back to the planning board, but we don't have enough to review and approve because we don't have a complete package right now.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to make a comment before we vote on that. For one, I've got a question. The address 7884 ZZ, what does the ZZ Everfield Road mean?
I see that typically on these rezoning cases. I'm not quite sure. 7884. I'm sure.
ZZ means that it's basically a vacant parcel.
Okay.
And it's just a placeholder for an address, a permanent address.
Okay. Placeholder for an address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next comment I have is this planning board is set up to protect the existing town citizens and also control the development as it comes through the years. Now, I've been on the planning board since its inception, and that's exactly what we've been trying to do. One of the things that I've noticed on this particular plat is the water runoff. I'm a big water person, is that every time it rains, there's a lot of water, and when it hits impervious surfaces, such as roofs, driveways, pavement, streets, that water is gonna go somewhere. Right now, the water, a lot of the water is absorbed by the land. Once we build on it, it's no longer going to be absorbed into the land. It's gonna become runoff. I noticed on the plat, there's 2 areas of my particular concern. One, there's a drainage easement that goes from the cul-de-sac, and it looks like it goes onto somebody's plat, even though they haven't built on it. It's a small area, all that water is going to just destroy them. Second place is the water, looks like from most of the subdivision, will be headed across a road down to the, I guess it's the south, is that the direction?
South, yeah.
Headed south. Again, that's a lot of water going to somebody's land. I just found out whose it is, but at the time I was looking at it, I still didn't like the idea of tremendous amounts of water going to this area. Now, water is a pretty destructive force once it gets moving along. So my comment is, the people who are taking care of this review, they should take a look at that and make sure that's taken care of, because when it comes to the front of this board, if I'm on the board at that time, I will voice my objections to it. And if it is if my objections override the approval, remember that next month is the last time that they will be able to have it approved, and then we'll have to wait until November. Because we have an October meeting is canceled.
So, well, I guess one thing I'd like to point out is the question before you all is, does the plan comply with the applicable ordinances, including watershed and all these other ordinances? Does it comply with the applicable ordinances? And it sounds like the chair has made the motion that we don't know, have enough information to determine that yet. But Mr. Louis, if it complies with the ordinance, you don't have a lot of discretion on whether to approve it or not. But the question is, does it comply with the applicable ordinances at this point? So regardless of how we might have drawn a plan ourselves, the question is, does it comply with the ordinance or not? And you may, based on the status, you may determine that there's not enough information to make that determination.
That was merely a comment.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor
Motion on the
to
floor.
continue. I would like to second that motion
Okay.
pending receipt of the approval from TRC.
Environmental health and watershed
As
and,
outlined in
yeah.
the motion.
yes. Any discussion amongst the board?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. Planning Board announcements. The next regular Stokesdale Town Council meeting will be held on Thursday, August the 8th, 2024 at 7 p.m. inside the Stokesdale Town Hall Council Chambers located at 8325 Angel Pardue Road, Stokesdale, North Carolina. The next regular Stokesdale Town Planning Board meeting will be held Thursday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. inside the Stokesdale Town Hall Council Chambers located at 8325 Angel Pardue Road, Stokesdale, North Carolina. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 That's less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was almost as good as the one we had, wasn't it?
But they do have public comment periods at the town council, but not at the planning board. They haven't had them since I've been here. Usually there's a comment period to allow it during the item, but not just outside of the item. That's at least the agenda, is the way I've seen it.
What are you guys gonna do about all that water?
The bigger picture thing, and I'll say this in front of all of you face to face, so we don't have any confusion whatsoever. Definitely, this will be a field of council at the next meeting, but somehow, some way, we should be able to have discussion and conversation so that the planning board receives some understanding of what you're doing and what you're looking at on a preliminary plat. All it is a big picture document. The town delegates, I'm gonna use environmental health for an example. The approval of a preliminary plat, you may never get an environmental health permit for one of these lines, ever. You may never get one. So that's just one simple example. You guys are not responsible for watershed, environmental health, DOT, none of that. You're responsible for certain things in the ordinance. And again, it's a big picture deal. This thing's been to TRC, their comments are small. And the people who are.
I would disagree with you, sir. There's a lot of comments and that was why we don't have the clear picture. And if we did have the clear picture tonight, I don't think we're not trying to hold you up. We're not trying to keep you from doing what you want to do. We're just trying to do what's right for the town of Stokesdale. And we do not, as a board, have a clear picture by the documents that we provided.
Fair enough, but to the discussion point, when you say you don't have a clear picture, that's not a clear picture for an applicant to understand what are you missing,
There's 3 or 4 pages in that package of things that are not being addressed with the county.
those are old.
They're the same comments from 2023 to 2024, sir.
It's all been addressed, sir. That's what I'm saying, a little discussion here would have gone a long ways. All these comments are old from the master plan, they're not even relevant to what we're here for tonight. It's a tiny bit of discussion. That's all, nothing more. These comments are old, it's from a master plan that's already been reviewed and approved.
So why are they on
These notes are dated 7/9/24. The comments from the watershed
Yes, sir.
or from a TRC meeting dated 7/9/24 with the instructions. And as Mr. Sumner indicated, a number of these comments appeared on the prior comments that were dated July 24th of 23.
New watershed comments, there's two things. Is labeling. This is old information.
There's 9 items on the most recent document that we have to go by. We don't know, and it says they need to be revised and resubmitted. That's the latest thing that we have. We have to go on what we've got in front of us. We don't know. And as late as this afternoon, correspondence indicated that the decisions, the review had not been completed. They could not approve the recommendations or the comments that had been taken care of. And until that happens, we don't know what they've done or what they haven't done. They could come up with another list.
I understand, that's what, it goes back to the discussion. I've got new comments from watershed. I don't know why they're not impacted, I don't compare them, but there's two little things. And all this other stuff is historical.
Why
We just
isn't it in
have to
our
go with
packet
what's
though?
presented.
Again, I'm not trying to just repeat myself over and over, just a little bit of discussion. We could have done just a little bit more. I get it, I don't like a long meeting, keep more than anybody else, but this is old. It's not current. And again, to my bigger point, you guys have it in your purview, you're tasked with approving a preliminary plat. It may never get watershed approval. That's not part of the equation, that's not how the system works. It may never get that. DOT may never approve those streets. But the preliminary plat, does it meet chapter 7 in the ordinance, the big picture stuff? That's what you guys do. That is just a passport to go to 5 different places and say, can I do this, 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 and this? And the town has delegated that to other areas and other departments. It's all being addressed tonight completely backwards. Steve, you know that, you've been doing this a long time.
That's right, I've been doing, and why is it coming to the planning board?
It always has.
It always has, because the planning board is to protect the citizens, existing citizens of Stokesdale.
There's 2 specific items on this one that the planning board, it's clear in the ordinance, you are the ones who are supposed to approve. A flag lot has to
good.
receive your approval, offsite has to receive your approval. There's 2 very specific items that you guys should have clearly addressed tonight. It doesn't have anything to do with watershed, environmental health, or anybody else in TRC. Just a little discussion, guys, that's all I'm saying. And it's not, I don't care, prove me wrong, turn it down, but give me a shot, let me talk. Let me make the case.
Sir, we tried to help you out, which by continuing it, because it would, I don't think it would have passed if we had reviewed it tonight. Okay?
And like I said, I do want to tell you how I'm feeling, we'll do it with council in 2 weeks.
That's your opportunity.
Well, thank y'all, have a good evening.
You too.
See you on next.
So you want to hold it for a few
Appeal
seconds.
is continuance.
And before I forget,